What's good, YouTube? Tempo TCG here, back on my channel, and today I'm going to be covering my favorite deck of all time, the deck that got me back into playing Pokemon, Palkia Vstar. I think this deck is a super sleeper deck in the current meta, and I think it can be really good into a lot of the top decks. So let's hop into the list. Alrighty, so here's the list. Starting off at the top, you got a 3-3 line of Palkia Vstar. This is the main attacker in the deck. This is the star of the show. It's got Subspace Swell, which for 2 water energy does 60 damage plus 20 damage for each benched Pokemon. That means Palkia can swing 260, which is a pretty okay number to swing in this current format. It knocks out stuff like Chien-Pao, stuff like Goldango, and overall, Palkia is just a really solid Pokemon. We do run a 1-1 Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Ice Rider is really solid into decks that can't quite swing 320 damage. It does swing for 250, which is a little bit less than Palkia, but it's still pretty solid. It's got a lot more health, so it's better into decks like Charizard. It's really solid into Miraidon. It really helps that matchup. And overall, I think Ice Rider is a really good inclusion in this deck. Ride of the High King does 10 damage plus 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so it can swing for 160, which is a really good number too for not having to discard energy. And then Max Lance is 10 damage plus 120 for each energy we choose to discard, up to 2. Then we do run 1 Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao is kind of our big blow stuff up, so if we're playing against Charizard, they get the turn 1 Charizard. Let's say we want to blow it up really early, or we want to blow up a Charizard really late game, we can Star Portal off Palkia onto Chien-Pao and swing Charizard with 6 energies. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's kind of the idea of Chien-Pao. Shivery Chill is really strong in the deck, and overall, Chien-Pao is a really solid inclusion. We obviously run a Lumineon because we're a water-type deck, and we need to find our supporters. Cards like Irida and Melanie and Boss can all be found off Lumineon, and in some weird scenarios, we can attack with Lumineon with its Aqua Return attack. We do run 1 Suicune V with Fleet-Footed, which is just draw a card if it's in the active, and then it also has Blizzard Rondo, which does 20 damage plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Suicune can be sneakily good into games where you're going second, as Suicune can swing an early like 200, 220 damage, going second turn 1, which is really solid into decks like Miraidon and Roaring Moon. We also do run a Mew EX. It's good for free retreat and restart if our hand ever gets really small. If I'm cutting any cards from this deck, it might be Mew EX. We run 1 Radiant Greninja, as concealed cards is absolutely insane, and Moonlight Shuriken is crazy good synergy with Palkia Vstar. For 3 energy, you can do 90 damage to 2 Pokemon, discarding 2 water energy. We all know what Radiant Greninja does. We all know how good the card is. Our supporter line is pretty cool for this deck. We do run 4 Irida. Irida is really good if we do go second. We can search for that Battle VIP, that Earthen Vessel, that Escape Rope, and a water Pokemon. Then we run 4 Melanie. Melanie's really good if we need to set up a Palkia and swing in 1 turn, because we just attach for turn, and then we use Melanie onto that Palkia. Then we draw 3 cards, and we're swinging with Palkia Vstar. It's really, really solid in this deck. It's also great with Calyrex. The one thing to note, you cannot do it to Chien-Pao or Mew EX or Radiant Greninja, but besides that, Melanie is really, really good. We have a Clara, which is great for recycling our Radiant Greninja, recycling our Chien-Pao, or recycling any cards that maybe we're going to Pokestop away. We run 1 Boss's Orders because every deck needs a Boss's Orders. We run 1 Roxanne. Now, Roxanne can be really good late game into decks that aren't expecting us to hit them with a late game Roxanne. Palkia didn't used to run this card too often. It became popular, not recently, but with the newest iterations of Palkia, and I think Roxanne is definitely a staple. 4 Nest Ball, 4 VIP is kind of, you have to run it in Palkia. Palkia relies super heavily on having a big bench, so I think 4 Nest, 4 VIP is perfect. We run 4 Cross Switcher, because if you're running Cross Switcher, it has to be 4. Cross Switcher is really good into this deck because of Radiant Greninja, because of Mew EX, because of Palkia Vstar. You can just swing the cards you need to be swinging. Cross Switcher Canceling Cologne is a super deadly play, and we do have it in this deck. We do run 3 Ultra Ball, as getting our V-Stars and getting our Calyrex can be really solid, and it's kind of a necessity, and it's also a good way to discard our water energies so we can Star Portal. We run 3 Earthen Vessel, as Earthen Vessel is absolutely busted at getting our energy out, and it's kind of the one card the deck needed. We do run 2 escape rope, just ways to get out of the active spot with cards like Chien-Pao, with cards like Suicune, because maybe we want to swing with Palkia. Maybe Greninja's stuck in the active spot. Escape rope can really help us. It can bring up any of our opponent's bench Pokemon. Escape rope's really solid. 2 Lost Vacuum, as we are very susceptible to Path, as all of our Pokemon are Rulebox Pokemon and they all have abilities that we do require except for Calyrex. So Lost Vacuum, running 2 of that is a necessity. You need at least 3 Path outs, sometimes 4, but this list we only got room for 3. Hisuian Heavy Ball, just in case we prize our Chien-Pao, our Calyrex, our Ninja, our Mew, our Suicune, our Lumineon. Hisuian Heavy is a really pivotal part of this deck, and it is probably one of the very few cards that I would say is absolutely untouchable. We run 1 Switch card, 1 Switch, just switching options. Switch card is objectively better, however we do have our V-Star and our VMAX Pokemon, so Switch card can't be used on them, so that's why we run the 1 Switch. And we do run 1 Canceling Clone, as it's, like I said, got really good synergy with Cross-Switcher Radiant Greninja. Canceling Cologne turns off all of our opponent's active Pokemon's abilities, so a card like Manaphy can be hit with Canceling Cologne and we can snipe the bench. Now we run 1 Pokestop, as Pokestop can be pretty solid. If we started in our opening hand, we can Pokestop, potentially hit a Battle VIP. The deck used to run like 3, some of them even ran 4 Pokestop. This one only runs 1, and I think it's all you really need. I'm not really finding I'm sitting here going, man, I really need Pokestop right now. Sometimes I could think I could use it when I'm searching for that last cross switcher, but I think 1 Pokestop, 2 Vacuum is fine. We do also have 9 Water Energy. This is very standard around all Palkia lists. I know some people play 8, some people play 10. I think 9 is super solid. So yeah, here's the list. Let's hop into a game. Alrighty, so looks like we won the coin flip. We do want to go first as Palkia, as it's really good to evolve turn 2 and start swinging with Palkia Vstar. It also gives us the ability to use our V-Star ability Star Portal in case we play something like Charizard or Chien-Pao and they don't bench a Manaphy. We do both take, I take 3 cross switchers in my second hand. So it looks like our opponent takes 1 mulligan. We're going to take more than 1. Let's see what they start here. Alrighty, seems like they're taking a while to choose their starting Pokemon, which makes me believe there's more than 1. We do take 2 mulligans here. We do start Radiant Greninja, but we do have Earthen Vessel, so that's pretty okay. Let's see what we're up against here. If it'll ever load. Jeez. It is a Chien-Pao, so looks like we're probably going to be playing against Chien-Pao here. I think our best bet is probably to Earthen Vessel here into... We're probably going to dump our Switch here, because I think Rope is better in this game. Pretty much in every situation here, because if they bench 1 Frigibax, we can Greninja, or not Greninja, we can hit the Escape Rope into that Frigibax. Oh, we are going to grab Palkia here. We do have Irida for next turn to swing with Palkia. So we're going to attach this energy here. Then we're just going to pass. A pretty bad turn 1, to be honest, but hopefully next turn we can start going a little bit better. We're going to see what they can get cooking here. They're going to bench 1 Frig. They're going to attach a Water Energy. Tell me that's passed. They're going to Iono us, which is unfortunate, but sometimes that happens. Let's see what we can get into here off this Iono. We do get into VIP 1 turn too late. Lumineon's good. Chien-Pao's good. Irida is also good. We're actually cooking pretty well here. They do have 3 Frigibax, which is a lot. They're going to Hussein Heavy for nothing here. I think swinging with Palkia here is pretty solid. I'm thinking we can probably take the knockout on this Chien-Pao. Let's see what happens. They're going to Shiver Chill. Probably should have done that a while ago. Then we're probably going to see a Concealed Cards. Yep. So they are getting a very nice board. If they only got 2 Frigibax down, this would be a much better game for us. We're going to evolve Palkia first. We're going to Nest Ball. I'm thinking... Oh, this is kind of tough. We did prize our Ice Rider, but that's kind of okay. Maybe Mew here for the free retreat is good, but I think maybe just another Palkia could be the play, because Palkia is kind of hard for Chien-Pao to one-shot. It's 5 energy. which I guess isn't that much, but at the same time, it's a little bit harder. We're going to concealed cards here into Water Energy Switch cart. That's pretty good. Here we go, Chien-Pao. Irida could be really strong for us here, but I think Irida is probably the best bet we have. We're gonna Irida. We're just gonna grab. We're gonna grab Suicune, and then we are just gonna grab an Earthen Vessel. I think Earthen Vessel is really strong here. We can Earthen Vessel away our VIP. We're gonna bench Suicune. That's return to Palkia. We're gonna switch cart. We are swinging this Chien-Pao for 2 prizes, which is really solid. We're gonna Earthen Vessel away this VIP for 2 water. And there we go. We're not looking the best, but 220 is a really good number to swing here. We do have Shivery Chill, Lumineon for next turn, so I think we're probably looking really okay. They did get the 3 Frigabacks, which is really troublesome for us. Radiant Greninja this turn would have been super, super strong, but we're still looking like we're in a good position. They're going to rare candy into Baxcalibur. We can always Lumineon for boss. So I think if they only get 1 Baxcalibur, this is actually pretty okay. They're probably going to have the retreat out here. They're going to conceal here. Let's see if they have the out to get Ninja out of the active and get 5 energy on Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao does have Shivery Chill, which allows it to search for 2 energy. So it can be a little troublesome in that way. I think pretty much if we can... They do have Superior. That's pretty solid. I think they have 4 in the discard. I think they're only able to grab the 3 water, though, because they just discarded that Lightning. Which, it's kind of weird. Hands is really, really strong against us. They only have the 3 energy. They're going to get 4, but 4 is not quite enough to knock out. So I'm not really sure if they're just relying on the Ninja play next turn and then just getting swung by Palkia. I mean, I'm not complaining. If we can go up 4 prizes, that'd be pretty okay. They're going to attach 1. They're going to Hailblade for 180. Which is kind of odd, but I guess it kind of makes sense. They can conceal next turn. This game's looking like it's going to be super free for us. We're going to conceal cards first, see what we can go into. And then if we can just set up Radiant Greninja for game next turn, I think that'd be really good. Or at least put the pressure on with it. So we're going to attach here. We do have 3 energy. Then we're going to Star Portal, attach 2 to Radiant Greninja. And then we're going to attach 1 to Chien-Pao. That way, if they do get the Manaphy off next turn, we can just swing with Chien-Pao instead. I think Irida's okay. I think Irida's probably better, so we can get the Palkia. And then maybe we just grab... We don't really need much. We could probably just grab maybe a rope. I don't really know. There's actually nothing we need in this situation. We're looking really solid. We're going to evolve our other Palkia. And we're going to Subspace Swell just for the knockout on this Chien-Pao. Put us up 4 prizes. This is what's kind of nice about Palkia is into decks like Chien-Pao. They require a lot more resources to one-shot us than we need. Radiant Ninja comes up here unless he's got a way to get another Chien-Pao into play with 2 energy. Well, even with 2 energy, he's definitely losing this game because we just Palkia next turn. In his situation, I'm probably hitting that fat concede button here, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what they can get cooking. They're going to sit here for a little bit. They're going to wait out their time. I'm assuming it's going to be a concede from them, but maybe they're just sitting here thinking, what can I do to save my game here? They either need a rare candy, Baxcalibur. They have the Nest Ball for probably another Chien-Pao. For a Bidoof. Maybe they're praying we bait the Bidoof. Iron Hands here is kind of scary, to be honest. But it's kind of okay, because now we're swinging everything, like even Iron Hands. They're going to pass here, which is going to be the game. Here, we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to retreat into Radiant Ninja, and then we're just going to kill off these 2 Frigabacks for a quick 6-0 game. There's our 2 prizes right there. And yeah, as we saw, Palkia can be really solid, especially into Chien-Pao. There's our 2 prizes. That's it for us in the gameplay department. Let's hop into the outro. So, there we have it. Palkia Vstar. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you like it? Is there any changes you would make? Do you think the deck can be good right now? Like I said, let me know. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll catch you later.